in the heart of Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State, under the shadow of ancient walls, amid the chaos of its bustling markets, one name once whispered in fear began to echo like thunder. That name was Ekugbemi. To some, he was a fearless leader. To others, a dangerous criminal. His real name? Moshood Oladokun. But to the streets, he was simply Ekugbemi. Little is known about his early years, but like many who walk the path of street power, his journey began in Ibadan's roughest neighborhoods. From a young age, he learned survival here wasn't just about strength. It was about loyalty. It was about cunning. And above all, it was about fearlessness. Over time, Ekugbemi's name was etched into the walls of Ibadan's underworld. He rose to lead a feared group called the Bonfoto Boys, men who commanded both respect and terror in equal measure. Known also as Yezu Idi Arere, he built alliances, enforced street taxes, and became central to the deadly disputes over Owo Omo Onile, land royalties. His rise did not go unchallenged, but in the underworld, power is never absolute. Rival factions emerged, none more dangerous than the 1 Million Boys, led by the ruthless Biola Ebila. Their war for supremacy turned neighborhoods into battlegrounds and leaving behind a trail of fear. In April 11th, 2020, it was a hot April afternoon when the tension reached its breaking point. It began with a dispute over Owo Omo Onile, land royalties from a man named Babatunde Oladapo, who was simply trying to roof his new building in the Olomi Olunde area. Words turned to threats. Threats turned to weapons. Both sides arrived, armed with guns, axes, and machetes. What followed was nothing short of a street war. By the time the dust settled, at least 15 residents sustained various degrees of injuries, and Ekugbemi had suffered deep, fatal wounds from guns and machetes. He was rushed to Hand of God Clinic. There, doctors pronounced him dead. But this was not the end. One of his loyal men insisted, "Take him to his father's shrine. He can bring him back." When they arrived, his father, a man of immense traditional power, asked one thing: "Has anyone been told of his death?" The answer came, "No." But at hospital, immediately the doctor informed them of his death. One of his gangs had informed his friend, who had also informed many others within the city of Ibadan. Unknown to his father, he began the ancient rites, holding a live hen. He recited incantations, then let the hen drop. In that moment, Ekugbemi sneezed. The hen died instantly. Against all odds, Ekugbemi had been brought back, but the streets had already heard the news of his death, and the blood he had lost was too much. That very night, he bled again. Before dawn, he was gone. For good. The Oyo State Police Command moved quickly. 6 suspected members of the 1 Million Boys were arrested in connection with the murder of Moshood Oladokun, Ekugbemi. His death was met with mixed emotions: relief from those who feared him, mourning from those who followed him. In the game of power, the streets will crown you, and just as quickly, bury you. This was the rise and fall of Ekugbemi. If you found this story shocking, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, subscribe for more real-life crime stories from the streets of Nigeria.